Hi everyone, I'm the Boston Potter. As they would say in Boston, let's get started. Hi everyone, Boston Potter here. I didn't say that right, Boston Potter here. I almost put the R in there. I'm doing better. I'm doing better. Anyway, I am doing another video here. This video is sort of a little bit different. I have two plates here to show you. This one and this one. I don't know which way these are gonna go that you can see. Anyway, one's a little simpler, maybe for a child. This one's maybe for an adult. It's sort of like a color by number. I don't know, I was into the tie-dye looking thing and I thought of doing this. I thought it would be fun. It's pretty simple. It's matched up to our fun strokes. The last two numbers are our fun strokes. So you got two patterns here. So one is for the busier one that's more adult-like, but there'll be numbers on the pattern. So you can just go by this of what colors to use if you want to use these same colors. You don't have to, of course. So I've already traced this from my pattern. I'm going to put these to a side. I made the pattern and I traced this already. So I'm doing the simpler version for the video because it's a little bit time consuming. I have already put the black, 3 coats of black on this black lab, 3 coats on this plate here. And then I'm going to line this up. It kind of goes off the plate a little bit. I wanted to cover most of the plate. So I'm going to line it up like this. Now, I trace, if you don't know how to do this, I've traced the pattern onto, the pattern went onto the, I traced it over this, okay? So I put this here, trace it with pencil. Then I take this and I put it here, and then I trace it with the Sharpie marker, and it just kind of bleeds through. You can use, regular water-based marker also. Let's see. I want this on the plate a certain way so that I can see everything. You can shrink it down if you want it a little bit smaller. I kind of wanted it to cover most of the plate. I'm going to take some of it off, so I'm going to back it up so that some of this is right at the edge of the plate. When I do the pattern, I might make it that way. If you're going to use this plate, you could use any plate you'd like. I'm going to use this marker, and even though it's black and I've got a black marker, it is going to go through. I'm going to show you. You want to make sure it does bleed through. So you can see, I don't know if you can see this, but it does bleed through, and you can see the piece, how it goes through there. So it bleeds through the tissue paper. This is just regular tissue paper. It bleeds through the tissue paper, and then you're just going to trace this whole pattern on here. Okay. Try to keep your tissue paper so it doesn't move. If it's, a child, you're doing this with a child class, you may want to trace them for them so that it's on there ahead of time. This, I think, would be a great technique where you get the plates done ahead of time, and it would be a great to-go project if you had it done ahead of time and they just had to color in all these little spots here. But if it's fun for the kids to learn how to trace too. You can actually tape the tissue paper down so that they can do this. Like I said, I made this one a little bit more child friendly, so you could do this. And it's pretty simple. It's fun to do. You're going to just leave spaces. Every place you see that marker on the other side, you're just going to leave that space when you're filling in. You're going to use fun writers because that's the easiest thing to do with it. And this also will show you how nice our fun strokes go over black. You are using a fun writer, so you don't need several coats. It's only one coat with the fun writer that you'll be able to see. Okay, so you're going to trace this whole pattern here. I'm almost done. Okay. All right, so I'm going to show you this. So you can see, I can see the whole design. Okay, so now it's just going to be just like coloring. So I'm doing this particular one here. So what you're going to do is, now you know my plate's good and dry. Even if it isn't completely dry, it's easy enough to do. It's easy enough to do. So I'm going to color this plate, fill it in, and show you just how to do that. Okay, now for this project, I've used 9 different color fun writers. I just wanted it colorful. So you don't need to use that many. You can put whatever. You can follow the guide with the color by number type thing. You don't have to do it this way. You can put any colors you want, anywhere you want. You can leave more black space. Like on this one, I didn't leave as much black space that is in the pattern because I kind of tend to go off on my own little thing. So I kind of just went off, and I did leave some black. So you can leave more black space. I didn't leave any black space in this one, hardly any, other than what's in between the lines here. So when you're doing this, if you see those lines there, so you're going to be filling in. Let me see if I can get this a little bit closer to what I'm going to do. I got a nice little gadget here, holds this iPad very nicely. Okay, so say I start with the red. I'm going to stay at the top and work my way down. So now I'm going to use, I've got a pink tip on here on the Fun Writer bottle, and this is actually 91, but I'm going to use 92 because I want a nice bright red. So I've got this pink tip. Make sure when you use a fun writer, you shake it down. Make sure you use it sideways, not up straight like this. And you just want to follow the lines. So you're just going to color inside, in between. You can leave as big a black space as you need to so the colors don't run together. If the colors run together, wait till it dries, and you can just, make your, you can go in between and kind of clean it out when it's dry. Don't try to clean it when it's wet. If they run together and it's wet, then you don't want to do that because you're going to make a mess. It's going to be harder to clean up. So make sure you do that. So you want to just fill it in. It's only going to take one coat to fill in. So you're filling it in. You're going on a little heavy. It takes a while to dry. When you get to your next color, I'm going to show you that. So this is one color. It's actually fun to do. So the first color you start with is the easiest. Now when you go to that second color, because I'm going to do this little blue, this little area right here, blue. So when I do this area now, you're going to see, I'm going to show you how I'm going to space it. I'm going to leave a big enough space there so the colors don't run together. So wherever you see a line, this way, wherever you see that Sharpie marker line, that's what you want. You want to leave it. This one, like the other one, I think I'm going to do pink. And I'm gonna hold it up and show it to you that how you're doing this. So if you leave the lines as enough of a space, it'll just look like it's outlined. That way there you don't have to outline the piece because you've already done it black. As you can see, I'm just lightly filling in the color. So even a kid could do this. This goes to show you one coat with the Fun Writer can go over black. I don't care if it's light pink, white, whatever color will cover the black. That's the good thing about the Fun Strokes is they're pretty opaque. Like anything, if I was to brush it on over the black, I'd need a few coats. This here is pretty good as far as like coverage. One coat is good over the black. Even you can see this is a very light pink. And it will cover the black even when it's fired. So just to show you the idea, as you can see my spaces right in here. I've got spaces that I've just left blank, so that you just leave a space everywhere you see that line and you'll have your outline. So you don't have to do any outlining. Once you get all this on, you let it dry, you clear glaze it, and you're done. Now, I'm going to show you the difference in two of these because this one is dipped in clear glaze. You know, this one is not dipped in clear glaze, so it's a little rougher. You know, and sometimes, you know, you can hear it, so you can see that it's a little rougher, but I didn't want to dip it. I wanted to see first how it came out, you know, because, you know, it's just, you could see the back is a little, you know, I'm not as careful when I'm doing these at home, and they're mostly for you guys to see, not really, you know, that I have to, I'm not selling it, so, you know, it's just here for the video. So, so you can see that's rough. Where this one here, you can't really do that. It's clear glaze. So if you want it a little more raised looking, you don't have to clear glaze it. Is it still food safe? Yes, it is. It's still all non-toxic glazes. It's still glossy and shiny. You can see a little more. Actually, I guess it's almost the same as this one as far as gloss goes. It's just that it's a little bit more. You know, rougher because it has those little lines, and you know, but it's food safe. It's not like it's crazed or anything like that. It's still very nice. So if you didn't want to clear glaze it, use either surface coat black or use the Fun Stroke black, but put 3 good coats of the black on before you start putting this on. Now, as you can see, I didn't get any crawling with this. It looks nice. There's no, you know, sometimes if you have to go back and scrape and you do that to clean out the inside, sometimes you can get crawling if you scrape too much. You don't want to scrape the black right out of there. But you can see this is nice and smooth, no crawling at all. And it's on pretty heavy because I got a good, I'd say I got 3 coats of black lab on here. And then I got, I've got, you know, 1 heavy coat with the Fun Strokes on top, but that's it. So anyway, just so you know that that part of it. Okay, so now I'm going to take the purple and I'm going to put this purple in here, Jumpin' Jelly. So like I said, I'm just leaving the spaces. Leave a big enough space. You could maybe, with kids, even use a bigger black marker, so that a fatter one, so that they'll leave bigger spaces. This one here, as you can see, is very, you know, the lines on it are thin. So you just got to know enough to stay away from that color that you're going up against. So that's what I'm doing. But it's very easy to fill in. It's a nice, fun, easy project. Okay, so this is finished. That's it. So I used all my colors. It should look like this. You can see that all my lines, you know, see how there is one mistake, like I did pretty good for the most part, but right here, do you see how I made that color run, that color ran into here? The green and the blue ran in together, which will happen sometimes when you're doing it thick and it's on there kind of thick, if you can see it. But even if you turn your plate up, it's not thick enough that it's going to drip down. It's not going to drip down. So now here, this is, you should wait till it's as dry to clean it up. But if you do have a tool, and even while it's wet, if you can, it's just, if you let it dry, see how I'm making more of a mess by cleaning it up. I can clean it up a little bit, but when this is dry, I can go and scrape out anything I want without digging. You know, digging to the bisque. You don't want to dig to the bisque when you're cleaning up. So that's it. Now I can either fire it just like this and have that textury look, or I can dip it and fire it. But you know, if you don't have to dip it, hey, that's great too. So so the fun strokes don't need to be dipped if they're on this heavy. You know, they're on pretty heavy, and I covered the whole plate, so you know, I don't have to dip it, and it's still food safe. But if you want to dip it to make it more glossy, and you can do that also. So either way is fine, and that's it. So guys, don't forget to check out our YouTube page, videos, and that's it. Anyway, we'll see you later. Catch you later. Bye.